dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Now that we know who will take over the Black Jewel mines, the focus shifts back to the miners who still have no paychecks to show for their work. Last night we learned the court accepted Copper Glow's bid. They've guaranteed money to help the miners get back on their feet. Today, those miners met with lawyers fighting for their wages. WYMT's Emily Bennett was there, and she joins us now live. Emily?
Now, Steve, these tracks were packed with hundreds of miners and their families earlier today coming to get answers. Now, during the long battles in the courtroom, Copper Glow bought the mines in Letcher County. They have said they will reopen the mines and have promised $1 million to the miners to go to the wages they are missing. Now, they are owed $2.6 million. There is a $6 million property lien that attorney Ned Pillersdorf is going to fight the government for. He hopes to get $2 to $4 million from that. Now, Pillersdorf did say the judge commented on how the miners have handled themselves and said they need to be treated with respect.
The thing what people need to understand about bankruptcy court, it's kind of like a funeral home. Nobody leaves there happy. There's always a loss. If you're a wage earner in bankruptcy court, you never do well. The one big exception to that is the Black Jewel miners. The bankruptcy hearing went better than my wildest dreams.
This is what we want. This is why we stood up. So people in Black Jewel, no matter if you're in West Virginia to Wyoming, this is what we're standing for.
Now these miners are starting to get answers, but they tell me that they are not leaving these tracks until that money is in their accounts. Live in Harlan County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Emily, thank you. Today we learned a little more about Copper Glow. Their main office is in Knoxville, Tennessee. The company was actually founded 60 years ago in 1959. They operate mines and a processing facility north of Knoxville in Clairfield, Tennessee. Today, Shop Local ended a shirt fundraiser for Black Jewel miners. This is what that shirt looked like. At last check, the shirts helped raise about $65,000.
A few of us had to deal with those scattered showers today, but really the rest of us have been on the drier side. We'll go ahead and take you though to Interstate 75 into London. You'll notice those clouds earlier, then we've seen that clearing out throughout the day and those beautiful blue skies. And as we look over into Jackson right now, dealing with a few of those clouds, temperatures at 79 degrees. They saw a few showers move through there, which is why they're on the cooler side. Those dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s, making it feel just a little bit warmer. Temperatures across the board are into those low to mid 80s, some spots into the upper 80s if you're looking to parts of Hazard, even out into parts of Lexington. A little bit cooler, like I said, in Jackson, over into Pikeville as well, as they've been dealing with just a few of those pop-up showers and storms. Here they are on satellite and radar. We've seen a few of those throughout really the past couple of hours, and scanning the skies now, we're still seeing that storm moving through parts of Pike County, continuing to push eastward. We're keeping an eye on that little storm moving into parts of Moorhead as well. So those rain chances start to diminish as we head into your Thursday, increase once again as we head into your Friday. I'll have a look at that full forecast, including the weekend, coming up in just a few short minutes.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Wednesday, Vice President Mike Pence is actually Thursday. Vice President Mike Pence is stopping in Clay County to talk about the opioid crisis and the Innovative Readiness Program. WYMT's Madison Pergram was in Manchester today and has a preview.
On a typical day, the streets in Manchester, for the most part, are pretty quiet. But on Thursday, that might not be the case.
It's very exciting for Clay County to have the vice president to come in. I mean, that's something that's never happened in history, and we're looking forward to having him.
Johnny Johnson, Clay County Judge Executive, says the vice presidential visit is something they're getting ready for.
Well, right now, we're setting up our sheriff's department and our city police is setting up barriers and stuff and getting parking for everybody and make sure that we have an ambulance here and we have a helicopter here.
Preparing for what he hopes to be a big turnout.
Hopefully we have a big crowd and really looking forward to what he's got to say about helping Eastern Kentucky.
Now downtown Manchester, Pat's Snack Bar is not normally a place you hear people talking about politics. Usually it's all about flipping burgers and serving French fries. But today is a little different.
I was shocked.
Brenda Smith, a regular at Pat's Snack Bar, says she wasn't expecting to hear someone like the vice president visiting in the area.
We don't usually get someone like that here.
but some say it's just about time.
I think it's a very big deal. Leslie County's had presidents, Perry County, Laurel County, and now Clay County.
Richard Couch, a resident of Clay County for over 30 years, says it's a good opportunity for politicians in Washington to talk to the people.
It'll be just one of the greatest things that ever happened to Clay County, that the people in Washington care enough to come and talk to us in person.
Amy Holland, an employee for Pat's Snack Bar, says it will still be a business as usual type of day, even if he happened to walk into the restaurant to grab a bite to eat.
I say, how you doing, sir? Welcome to Manchester.
Continuing to do what she does every day.
I wouldn't be nervous or nothing. I'd cook him a burger.
All reactions surrounding what's setting up to be a historic day in the area. In Clay County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the Vice President is expected to arrive in Manchester around noon and possibly speak around 12:45 at EKU's Manchester Satellite Campus. We do plan to carry it live on WYMT and WYMT.com. A young man died Monday in a Breathitt County crash. State police say 21-year-old Travis Armstrong was riding a dirt bike while driving on Highway 3193 in the Wolverine area. Troopers say his bike collided with a commercial truck. Armstrong died at the scene. Right now it is unclear who is handling his funeral arrangements. Police in Knox County say a man knocked out an elderly man. Benjamin Fusen faces a charge of first-degree assault. During an argument, sheriff's deputies say Fusen jumped into the back of a truck and grabbed a 2x6 piece of wood and hit the 69-year-old in the head. Investigators say the victim split his head and fell to the ground unconscious. Meanwhile, this man is still on the run. His name is Charles Ray Blevins. State police believe he shot and killed a man 1 month ago in a Pike County park. He should be considered dangerous. Anyone with information should call 606-433-7711. Summer break ended for many Eastern Kentucky students and teachers this morning. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher was in Martin County as high school students stepped off the bus and into their new building.
The first day of school for many in Eastern Kentucky.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to school. Today is the first day of school in our brand new high school.
High school students in Martin County greeted not only a new year, but a new school.
When I did a survey yesterday with the freshmen, the number one concern was getting lost.
Martha Williams is the principal of Martin County High School.
As soon as I see this, this look on them, can I help you?
With a new schedule in hand, students are navigating their new school.
I'm close to retirement, but I don't want to leave this building.
For more than 25 years, Marcy Hansen has taught high school in Martin County.
It's all incredible. Everything is just, there's really no other word. It is incredible.
From the old high school to the middle school to the new building.
I'm really excited about this progression because this is their chance, students' chance to start fresh.
Hansen says this is a historic day, not only for students, but for the county.
It's a new beginning for our entire high school, our community.
Taking photos and making memories on the first day of school. In Martin County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Principal Martha Williams says for the first day in the new building, she is happy to say everything ran smoothly. Now, more districts will begin their school year tomorrow. Those include Hazard Independent and Laurel County. If you need to know when your school starts back, we have all the dates listed. There you see it on WYMT.com. 2 teenagers face charges in Laurel County. Investigators say they led deputies on a chase. Deputies say this motorcycle was reported stolen in Corbin. Deputies found 2 teens riding it and tried to stop them, but the teens would not pull over. Deputies say the chase went on for about 7 miles. Deputies eventually arrested the 16-year-old driver. They are not telling us his name, but say he's charged with receiving stolen property, running from police, and wanton endangerment. Now, deputies also arrested this man, Dalton Reed Colmer. He's charged with receiving stolen property and running from police. The Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program is partnering with a company out of Washington, D.C. This partnership will lead to training for jobs in the cybersecurity field. This program is the first of its kind in the Appalachian region, bringing close to 200 jobs to those who can work from home. Michael Cornett, Director of Agency Expansion, says this program is important because of the urgency it brings.
We have a lot of need and a lot of people who are in need of work, and why not go to the sectors like cybersecurity that are very hot right now with a job demand that's growing at 2.5 times the national rate.
Training is set to begin in September, and they are currently taking applications until August 15th. These types of jobs bring in an average of $50,000 a year at an entry-level position. Protesters lined the outside of the Pineville Community Hospital today to ask for support in keeping the hospital open. Many of those protesters said they simply wanted support from more officials and answers as to when and if they would have new owners. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds is in Pineville with the latest.
Pineville Strong, one day at a time, turned to 1 minute at a time for employees on Wednesday.
The government and local politicians and CMS come together and sit down on one table, find a way to run this hospital, we can survive.
Officials say they wish the process was easier, but have done all they can do up to this point at all levels.
Everybody has offered help when they can. This is just part of the process. And I know the OIG process, doing the survey and finding things, I know it's very frustrating. I know people feel like it should go faster. I wish it could go faster.
As workers stood in protest outside, a federal judge accepted a winning bid for the hospital. Cura Healthcare Incorporated offered $7 million. But the future of the healthcare facility remains unclear. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, just within the last few minutes, we received a release the hospital sent out which says Pineville Community Health Center will no longer be providing emergency room or other services after 7 o'clock this evening. So it appears the hospital may be closing, at least for now. Obviously, this is a developing story, and we'll update you as we learn more.
We're looking at a pretty nice day as we head into your Thursday. We're keeping a close eye on another front that could be heading our way by your Friday. I'll have a look at that full forecast coming up in just a few short minutes.
Plus, we're just weeks away from the kickoff of high school football, but a new type of sport is making its way across the state. Hear what the KHSAA has to say about esports.